if you want to enter the realm of deep meditation, the hypnagogic state and lucid dreaming are very important chapters to focus on.
So I tell you today a bit about hypnagogic sleep and how this can help you in lucid dreaming and why lucid dreaming is relevant at all. Well, if we observe ourselves, we find out that most of the time during the day, when we have not been a long-stand meditator, we are kind of lost in thoughts and lost in actions and walking a bit like a zombie, reacting to everything which comes up and being identified with whatever task or whatever idea pops up in our heads, and therefore we react directly, primarily. We do not observe ourselves. We are not in the state of self-remembrance. So the state of self-remembrance, as explained by the Oriental Master Gurdjieff, is one of the most important keys to become self-aware, to become conscious, to be aware in the moment, to be centered, to be tranquil, to be responsive and not reactive. So dreaming can help, because in lucid dreaming you start to become aware in your dream. And being aware in the daily life is already complicated. Being aware in the dream is more complicated, but very, very motivating. The first time you wake up in your dream, you realize it's your dream, and you start seeing that you can shape your dream. It's like a big kick. It's like really a big orgasm. It's like, wow, is this possible? Is my awareness so vast that I can awake in my dream? So lucid dreaming, being awake in the dream, not necessarily manipulating the dream, but just observing the dream. But of course also be able to use the dream for meditative purposes. Like you really want to go in deep meditation, you can invite every meditation teacher which was on earth, even the Buddha. You can just invite the Buddha, sit next to me, and poof, the Buddha sits beside you, and you can meditate together in the light of the Buddha. Man, I get goosebumps. This is so awful, intense. That is really crazy that this is possible. So many people don't know what enormous tool the lucid dreaming is. And in order to get into the lucid dreaming state, there are a couple of techniques I will present you in this presentation. But one technique, or perhaps two, I want to share with you just by visual. So the first technique is you go lay down, relaxed. I hope it will still be on the video, otherwise I do it again. You put your hands up and you just totally relax. And due to the gravity, the hands stay like this, you can totally relax. And then you fall in this hypnagogic sleep. But the moment you pass through it into the total sleep, bang, your hands up and you're awake again and you can start over. You can do the same with the knees and just relax and then let the knees perhaps go like this a bit. And the moment you fall deep asleep, you will wake up. And then I think the most beautiful technique is this technique. You just grab your hands like this and like that. You first go a little bit like this to find a nice position, then relaxing. And by the intertwining of the fingers, you just hook on your legs, you stay in this position. And then you can drift away in hypnagogic sleep. But if you really fall asleep, this will happen and you can start over again. This is a great method, I think. And then I will share with you the method of Salvador Dali to come shortly.
So, how to stay in a hypnagogic stage of sleeping, and why is it so interesting and important? So, staying in this hypnagogic sleep stage, that means that you can kind of experience how it is to have a self-remembering state, to be really focused in the here and now while you are falling asleep, in this transitional phase where the mind drifts into another state, you can have full consciousness. And in this state, you can get really interesting sensory experience like visuals and sometimes even auditory visions. These are marked by a relaxation, but you stay aware. And as a side effect, you will really find out that you get more creative insights in general. Don't get startled if sudden muscle twitches happen. This is very common, and in essence, it is a stage in which you can experiment profound meditation effects, and you can explore the vast creativity laying in your subconsciousness. Now, the Salvador key method is you sit in a chair, you have a heavy key in your hand, and you keep it there, and if it falls on the floor, you are alarmed and you are awake again. The arm levitation method I showed you before in the movie. You can read about it. And the last method, the Vedic vibes method, I demonstrated you at the end of the movie. You lay on your back with your arms around your knees and you totally relax. If you fall asleep, you will wake up immediately. Let us know how these experiences go.